Happy full moon in Aquarius. How are you? Welcome in. We're doing some family healing tonight. You ready for this? Saturn retrograde in Aries and full moon in Aquarius opposing the sun in Leo. Hi, we are here. If you're new, I want to welcome you in. Full moon ceremonies are where my work started. Truthfully, 15 years ago, I wanted to do full moon ceremonies online. This is grandma. This is my mom's mom. My pictures of my mom, actually, let me just grab. I just set up my matriarchal altar and I didn't want to pull stuff off of it, but I'm gonna because it's a special occasion. So you're gonna wait for a minute. There she is. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Here's my mom. Number one, best Aquarius. And her mom, number two, best Aquarius, Marie and Pearl. Pearl Roselle and Marie Faith. And this is my mom's handwriting, her middle name, that is forever on my wrist. I would like to introduce you to Fotini and Christophoros, who are my dad's parents. I look more like my dad's mom than most people in my family. There's a mix of everything in there. She went by Fofi because Fotini. So Fotini in Greek means light of God, and Christophoros, Christopher, right, means the light of Christ. So that was a good match. So the reason I'm showing you all my ancestrals, there's my mom and yours truly in 1975. And there's Pearl with yours truly in 1974, 73, 74. I am sharing all of this with you because we're doing some family healing, some lineage healing work tonight, and that's what your tools are about. So if you got the tools for tonight, then this probably looks familiar. We're heating up some water right now. If you don't have the tools, you can still do the work. Okay, I'm going to explain what you need.
Is that going to bother you?
No, it'll pop, it'll boil, and we'll get where we need to go. I'm going to explain to you what we're doing, and then if you don't have the tools, I'm going to ask you if you want to do this work tonight. Because, hey, do you need to heal anything in your family? Maybe your family's awesome, and like you're not carrying around their baggage, you aren't dealing with their health issues, everybody's story's been told, you got nothing to worry about here. What I will say is most of you need to do some work. And even if there isn't pain or sorrow or grief or loss in any way, I think it might be good for you to acknowledge the ancestors tonight. Full moon in Aquarius is not just about your healing work and your wellness and your this and your that and what you need to illuminate that, you know what I mean, needs to become part of your awareness. It's about everybody. Aquarius cares about the collective. It's one of the most collective focused signs in the zodiac. So they're not selfish. Aquarians, and I was raised by two, my mother and my grandmother were born 3 days apart in February. So I was raised by women whose sign is the opposite of mine. I'm a Leo. But when the moon is in Aquarius, or the sun's in Aquarius, the moon's in Leo, right? So the moon tonight is still on the Leo axis. And it was hard. Those women, I love them. They didn't understand me. I was the black sheep in my family Because Leo is like, I see all you Aquarius and, you know, good for you, but I'm going to go beat to my own drum. I'm going to literally beat to my own drum. And I think for most of my life, I think they both thought I was kind of nuts. In fact, I think my mom thought I was nuts until the end. I think she accepted and tolerated my crazy, but I think she was like, oh, that's Athena. You know, you make a left, she turns right. And I had a moon in Sag. I mean, I was here to break every fucking rule that any Aquarius or anybody else is going to put on me, right? So anyway, I'm glad you're here. Yes, and I see you. Some of you have had tornadoes and other natural events recently, and I just want to say I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're well. It's a good time to think about what needs to become clearer to you. Anybody else have black sheep in your family? I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? I was different from the minute I kicked my way into this world. I was like, oh, y'all are very human here. Let me see if I can figure this out. I'm going to be a little weird. I never wanted to be like everybody else because everybody else was so fucking boring and they were unhappy and they were stressed and they were sad. And I was like, but the normal people are not having a good time. Do I have to be like them? Can I do something else? Roll call, right, to my fellow weirdos. Here's the thing. Now that we're at this time on the planet, I'm really glad I was a black sheep and I didn't fit in, because now nobody fits in. Right? It's all weird. So now the normal kids are like, hey, can you guys help us? Do you guys understand why this is so weird on the planet right now? And we're like, yeah, we've been over here weirding out for the last 50 some years, and we have a little bit of advice. Because the normal kids, turns out, they weren't better and they're not happier. So that's awesome. Feels very Aquarian to say that. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what's going on. I don't have rose quartz. Oh, I guess the rose quartz generator. Okay. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stones if you want to do tonight's ceremony. And I'm going to tell you what I have and what they represent, and you can go pick your own stuff. Is that okay? It's an Aquarius full moon. We're going to do this different. Rose quartz is for unconditional love. It's for everybody in your family. So rose quartz would be good. What would be some good alternatives for unconditional love? Morganite. Quartz can be any of these. Okay, so you can go get 7 pieces of quartz and you can use them for different reasons. Okay, so you need 1 stone to represent unconditional love in your family. You need another stone to represent everybody who's not here yet. I'm lucky because I've worked with plant medicine, and in one journey, my whole intention was to meet my future ancestors, my unborn grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. And I don't have nieces or nephews in this lifetime. So there's a lot of pressure on my kids. But I met my daughter's son and I met my son's daughter in ayahuasca. And I will just say, if you think I'm weird, hang on to your hats, because my kids are pretty weird. So you need a Herkimer diamond, Packimer diamond, or again, a piece of quartz to represent siete generaciones, right? The 7 generations ahead of you. Then you need something to represent the patterns that stop with you, the bullshit that stops with you. Like, we're not doing any more of this in my family after me. I am snipping this. We're not going to judge people. We're not going to pretend like we're holier than thou. We're not going to hold our spirituality over people. We're not going to numb out when life is asking us to lean in, right? Old patterns in your family. Blame people. It's all her fault, right? And, we usually blame the dead, which is really unfair. in my personal humble opinion. Okay, so pick something to represent what stops with you. And then this represents a couple of things, but it represents the beauty, the patterns, right? The positive things in your family that you want to maintain. So you can choose a stone for that. Okay. Then I want you to choose a stone. You ready for this one? The well-behaved child, right? The kid who did it right, the kid who followed all the rules. And we have to give that energy in your family a stone, because that's a hard role to play. I'm the good one. I mean, I'm not saying I am. I wasn't the good one. Nobody in my family would hold up a sign going, she was the good one. The black sphere is obsidian. So if you have a tumbled piece of obsidian, jet would be good, black tourmaline. For the well-behaved child, this can be rhodonite, this can be angelite, this can be anything that represents youth or expectations of the adult, okay? Then quartz is the wild card, because it can function as anything you need it to be, because quartz rolls that way. Now, the stone, for some of you, this was missing, so we have given you ways to get something in its place. But I will just say, this is red petrified wood. What this represents, do any of you have family members that, like, you didn't talk about? The secrets. Oh, we don't talk about him. Oh, we don't talk about her. I may become that in my family one day. We don't talk about her. The secrets, right? There's nothing like that in my family now. But it was a little bit of an issue in my family when I was young, because my aunt died of cirrhosis of the liver. And that was kind of, I don't know, it was awkward in my family. For me, it's not, because now in my work with Sage Goddess, like I deal head on with addiction and the costs of it. So I'm not about secrets. I'm about, like, hey, right, what an incredible life. And it was too much for the person who was living it. Don't you think? But again, in the old days, that was like, shh, we don't, it wasn't super secret, but it was enough of a secret where I don't feel like it was given enough compassion and attention. Swept under old rug, right? She was probably the most vibrant of anyone in my family. And I'm proud of her because she was amazing. Maybe too much for this world. Maybe. Any questions about the work that we're doing? I know it got real serious all of a sudden, and I didn't mean for it to go that way, but we are talking about family and we are talking about patterns. So I'm going to, we're going to make some tea tonight. This is black tea with honey powder and butterfly pea flower, which is going to turn this a beautiful blue. And then this is the grid sheet that I gave you for the star path. And these are all the beloveds in your family who deserve a place. And petrified wood, I would say anything that takes millions of years to form for the hidden family member. So that could be Kambaba jasper, that could be, there's so many. That could be ammonite or amylite or ammonite. That could be basalt. That could be, I mean, most of our stones take millions of years to form. Ammonite would be beautiful for that. Agate would be lovely. Amber. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous amber for the unspoken. I would give anything to have an evening with my aunt. An evening with her. I would give anything to introduce her to alternatives to help her heal. It's good to have tissue because tonight might get a little emotional for me too. So I'm going to burn some sage. In life we learn we can't save them all. But I wish I could have jumped timelines and said, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. And look, real talk, because we're all family here. If you're new, welcome to our living room. I'm surprised I'm still here. I'm surprised I haven't succumbed to addiction or honestly, like, it's my faith and it's my understanding of things, right? It's different awarenesses, but you know, there but for the grace of God go I. So there are people in this world who will judge all kinds of things, all kinds of addictions and behaviors, and not me. It's hard to be human. It's hard. So Joy, there's more than a chat. I'm live talking. Can you see me, Joy Amanda? She said, is this just a chat or is there a video component? Can you see me? We're here to help you if you can't see me for any reason. So I think what tonight's about is, and I'm pretty, I'm an open book. You can ask me questions. I'll answer anything you've got on your mind. I'm pretty open with my kids. Like, if life is easy for you right now, that's so great. At some point, it may not be. And do you have coping mechanisms and tools and resources to be able to survive the ride that is the human existence? And pretty soon, at some point, I would love to hear your thoughts on this, but pretty soon at some point, I'm going to start talking more about the challenges of being human right now and how we navigate those. Check on your people. It's hard for people right now. People are acting brave and they're saving face, but it's hard. So just be kind, right? It's difficult right now. Big breath in. So first of all, with a hand over my heart, I'm grateful to everybody who's here with me now. I'm grateful to everybody who made massive sacrifices to get me here. I'm going to tell quick stories, quick stories. This woman had 6 children, and her husband didn't have much. Small village on the island of Crete in Greece, Heraklion. And they loved each other a lot. He was a lot older than her, but that's pretty common in Greece. He went off to war when my dad was 2. He came back. Then he was called off to war again. And he came back, but he died very quickly of a heart attack. It was too hard. And so she pretty much raised 6 kids by herself. My dad was the youngest. He was raised mostly by his oldest sister. And I never got to meet them. She had my picture on her nightstand. But I walk in those shoes. And this woman, who was majorly involved in my childhood, Pearl, she lost twins after she had my mom and my aunt. She lost twins to spina bifida, which is completely preventable with vitamins. And worked her whole life very hard to help her family. Made mistakes. But I know the grief that these women have bared makes it easier for me to be strong when I need to be strong. And so I carry their strength forward. I tell their stories because I think when we tell their stories, it keeps them alive, right? It keeps their memory alive. And I want you to sit for just a moment and I want you to think about the women who came before you. This woman's dream. So this woman had 2 girls and moved them across the country by herself. Got here to Los Angeles, met a man named Howard, fell in love. And she was studying to be a radio minister at Angelus Temple in Los Angeles. And Howard was studying to be a minister as well. And Howard became an amazing stepdad to my mom and my aunt. And Howard died almost instantly of a brain aneurysm. After my mom came all the way across the country with her 2 girls, and they found the perfect man, and she loved him, and he loved her, and he loved them. My mom is buried near Howard, far away from me, actually, because she loved Daddy so much. And my grandmother gave up her ministry dreams when Howard died. Just contracted into a smaller life. And so when I do my spiritual work in the world, I feel like I'm living a legacy. But she didn't get to finish because she was such a soulful spiritual teacher, and life just pulled that rug out from under her. So I love that you're sharing your stories, right? Jeanette said, I wrote my mom 3 letters to say I'm sorry for everything she'd gone through. And Tammy said, nobody talks about my mom since I was 3 or 4 years old. Heather said, my mom gave up her missionary dreams to have children, right? I also have given up dreams because I'm a single mom, and I never thought that would happen. And my kid's dad dropped out. And so there were things I wanted to do and I wanted to build and create that I'm not doing because my kids are my priority. And I'm here with you being so completely transparent and vulnerable with you because these unspoken energies, right, have to go somewhere, or they go on to live in us and they show up as pain. My mom and my grandmother both had spinal issues, right? You want to talk about where energy lives in your body? I'm not willing to give up my spine, right? So instead I talk, I move energy, I do ceremony, I live into legacy, I push, right? Like, no, because that shit ends with me. We're not doing this anymore, right? If there's a legacy of not living your dreams because men fail, or if there's a legacy of losing your children, if there's a legacy, whatever it is, tonight we're speaking it out loud so that this cycle stops here. Because if we don't, you may not believe in shamanism, but I promise you that epigenetics is a true story, and the shit passes south, right? It goes down the line, and then eventually we're sitting here holding a basket of stuff, of unlived dreams, of failed relationships, of secrets that nobody talks about because we're too fucking avoidant to deal with it. Pouring my water over my tea bag so it can steep a little bit. So if any of this resonates, you're in the right place. I will not get to the end of this slide and say I woulda, I coulda, I shoulda. I will not. If that's where all this is going, you can count me out. I am going to say I did. When life handed me this, I gave it back that. When life said that, I said, you know what? I don't like that. That's not on my terms. And this is full moon Aquarius, everybody. And a full moon, you can watch TikTok videos all day long and like full moons and, oh, let's release energy. No, the full moon shines a big ass light down on everything that isn't healed and says, now you do this. And when the full moon is conjunct the sun in its opposite sign, right? And when the full moon is sitting with next to across from Saturn that's retrograde in Aries, saying, so what are you going to do about it? Aries is like, you know what, if you're that brave, show me what you've got. Then it's time, right? It's time to decide what patterns and also what you're going to speak into and what you're going to embrace and what you're going to embody. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes, but I do want to be the highest evolutionary form of my line. And I think about it every day. Yeah. Not perfect, but in progress. Does this feel good? Does this feel right? Like Whitney Houston said, it's not right, but it's okay. I'm going to make it anyway. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. I have a mouth on me. That's my problem. But it's also my gift. And how we turned this into a Whitney Houston song moment, I don't know. I love you too. Okay. Let me see if I have notes, but they're like shitty notes. Let me just see if there's anything else I need to tell you before we get into this. Okay. So let me back up. Saturn retrograde in Aries. Anybody have Saturn in Aries? I don't, but maybe you do, right? Saturn retrograde in Aries asks you two things. How do I initiate? How do I initiate and how do I individuate? How do I understand myself separate from all of you? And how do I start a new cycle that doesn't ignore you, but understands my role beyond you? How do I initiate? How do I individuate? Right? I am not those women. God bless them, because honestly, these two women, if they were praying for you, you were protected, right? I come from them, but I'm not them. And I used to embarrass my mom because I just had a mouth on me. She'd be like, don't say anything. It's okay. And I'd be like, fuck all of you. Fuck you and fuck you too. And the person behind you, fuck that person too. And my mom would be like, Athena. So I'm here doing my Leo part tonight to be like, and the person behind you can fuck off too, right? But beyond that, we have to get beyond being mad. We have to get to a point where we are like, we are in gratitude. Because I know. Sorry, Mom. Athena! She liked it. She kind of liked it because I was her brave alter ego, right? She'd be like, that person was mean to me, but don't say anything. And I'd be like, you fucking talk to my mom like that? I'm sure I have karma from those days. It's okay. You don't talk to my mom like that. Meanwhile, I'm 5 feet tall and 130 pounds. If you blow too hard, you're going to knock me over, right? Like, I'm not beating anybody up. Light my candle. I can't. I mean, what am I going to do, right? She used to go, what are you going to do? Put on high heels and bang a drum? But, I sound scary. Throw rocks, right, Brian? Anyway, if you need somebody to get mad for you, I will do that for you. I'll do that for you too. Okay, so we're gonna build our grid, but I'm gonna wait till I open the circle. So we're gonna go a little backwards tonight because normally I'm like, okay, what do we want to illuminate? And we kind of do that at the end. I'm gonna do that at the beginning tonight. Right, Paxton? I'm turning 53 in 2 weeks. I don't give a fuck. People like me, great. They don't like me, great. I got work to do. I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I'm here to get some shit done. And the Lion's Gate is open. And Jupiter's in my sign. it took me a long time to get here. In my 30s and my 40s, I really cared what people thought. And now I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. So glad. Great Spirit, God, Goddess, and Source of all that is, thank you for gathering my soul family from around the world tonight. I'm going to stop swearing now so you can get the little kids in and bring them back in the room. I'm sorry. Aunt Athena has a mouth. You know what I mean? And everybody knows. Like, they're like, I let you swear around my kids because they know, like, oh, Aunt Athena, don't repeat what Aunt Athena said. Guides and guardians of the East, thank you for helping us embrace the new cycle, giving us new perspectives, new visions, new dreams. Thank you for that, by the way. And Men 9. Listen, if the worst thing your kids ever do is say fuck, you're so welcome. Tell the teacher they said duck. They didn't say that. They said duck. Guides and guardians of the South, element of fire. Thank you for helping us breathe through this full moon in Aquarius. Remember to hold our place in our space. Thank you for helping us be brave, embrace transformation. Guides and guardians of the West, thank you for the tears that want to come wash us clean. Whack. Thank you for abundance, blessings from the West, water energy. Let us wash it clean. Guides and guardians of the North, element of Earth. Thank you for steadiness, patience, peace, perseverance, trust, grounding, safety in the North. Guides and guardians of the element of spirit. Thank you for helping us understand, connect the dots, unify, integrate, and balance the four elements. In the East, you are here. In the South, you're here. In the West, you're here. In the North, you're here. As above, so below. Element of spirit, you are here. Tried and true, beloved full moon candle. Okay. Now I want to show you, kind of can't show you, kind of can. See how dark that tea got? It's that butterfly pea flower. So if you've been steeping your tea with me, just have that ready. The honey powder is going to sweeten our tea. Thank you for that. I look angelic tonight. I probably need it. Good alternatives for rhodonite for like the well-behaved child that we're all trying to heal tonight. I think rose quartz would be good. I think angelite would be good. I think rhodochrosite would be nice. I'm trying to think of like what else. I'm looking around my crystal room. Selenite might be nice. They all have kind of a pink opal. Yes. And golden healer. Yes. I like all of those. Sunstone, sure. I like that. Sunstone is a nice replacement for any of the stones, right? Because sunstone is about presence. So the inner child needs presence. The future ancestors need presence, right? So I think all of these are really good, nice alternatives. Fossils are always on the menu. Always, always, always. But Opal sang to me when you mentioned that in the feed. Was it Christiana? Yeah, I was like, ooh. Here's what I'm going to tell you. No matter what anybody tells you, including me, disregard it if it doesn't jive with your intuition. Like, who cares? I can teach you all things all day long. But and also amber, because amber is just, so old. So amber is always a good replacement for any other stone. Okay. What systems do you belong to? What systems produced you? What ancestral contracts are you unconsciously carrying around? There's an ancestral contract in my family around not being with the one you love, settling. I don't want that, right? There's an ancestral contract around that. Almost every woman in my line did it. End up with somebody that wasn't the one. Right? Like, we can break that contract. Because I should be with this one because they're more of this and they're more of that. Right? And so how do we break that pattern? How do we not participate in that kind of fuckery? So tonight's not about individual healing. It's about altering ancestral patterns. Now, you know what I tell you about Aquarius, right? It's the most watery of the air signs. And remember, every sign that's next to the next sign carries some of its properties. So Aquarius is not Pisces, let's be clear, but it kind of plays Pisces on TV. And because Aquarius is the most watery of all the signs, I want you to start with your tea. And I want you to imagine that into this water, infused water, right, which is tea, that all of your ancestors poured something into this. I already told you what my ancestors poured into my cup, right? Let me put it in the form of I statements. If I were to speak for my female ancestors, I watched my husband go to war and he never came back. He came back, but he didn't live. It was too much. I found the love of my life and he died. And I gave up my dreams. I didn't live my dreams because I had a child really young and everything went into them. So I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. What did your ancestors speak into the water tonight? And what are you speaking into the water that you need to watch out for? What kind of Drano is going to be required for your poop-filled pipes, right? What I don't want to send forward down my line is I married the wrong person and I'm going to pay for it for the rest of my life. And when you come to a statement that you're pouring into the cup that you don't want to leave as your legacy, take a sip. It's a different kind of drinking game. That's a no. What else? Yeah, Shannon says, claim your creativity and your independence, right? It doesn't matter. I love it. Colleen said, adopted, how does all this work for me? Exactly the way you think it works for you. You may not know the stories, meaning you may not have sat around the campfire or the dinner table and heard these things, but I promise your intuition understands exactly what's in your pipes. So give it a voice. Yeah, Lauren's like, I'm not capable of handling challenges. Bye, drink. Want to have some fun with me for a couple minutes? Give it to me. What's another one that's hard to sit with? Yeah, not passing lack of abundance. Yeah, live within your means because you could lose everything at any time. That's immigrant stuff, right? Drink. I just want you to feel into these statements. And then whatever it is that you're not going to pass on, drink. Look at that. AMC, not having a ceremony with my husband after 18 years of marriage. Yeah, you don't want to pass that down the line. Here's another one I'm not passing down the line. Ready? Everything hurts. I'm in pain all the time. But that's just what happens in our family. Right? Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to buy this. I'm not going to travel here. I'm not going to do that because of the kids. Yeah. I can't support myself. Got to have a man. That was never my story. I've always financially supported boys. But here's what I'm not passing forward. I financially support boys. Right? Whatever it is. Oh, yeah. I can't handle my life, so I'm going to tune out and do this other thing. Or, I'm a Christian, so I just have to love everybody the way they are. Enter Spark is like, this is a big drinking game. I don't think we have enough tea for all of this tea tonight. Oh, yeah, I only attract people who need me. Poop. And so now I am laying out my stones. I want you to lay out your stones with me. Again, we're working tonight. Do you feel this? Like we're in church right now and I'm preaching and you're teaching and we're doing this tonight. For everyone, for all my relations, I have massive unconditional love. I'm so proud of all the ones that came before me. They didn't make always the right choices. And I wish they were here. But I love them where they are. Yeah, no. Okay. To all of my future relations, to my beautiful grandchildren, and my great grandchildren, and my great great grandchildren, and 7 generations ahead of me, I'm not perfect. I'm doing everything I can to leave a lineage for you that you can live into, feel proud of, and not run from. To my black obsidian sphere, the bullshit stops with me. The bullshit stops here. You can roll around wherever you want, but your bullshit stops with me. To the beautiful patterns, to the dynamic colors and gifts and skills and magnetism and charisma that may not have led to the best outcomes, but still is something I'm proud, right, of. All the bullshit in your family wants to roll away, but I gave it a tray it can't roll off of. So it has no choice but to stay. To the well-behaved child, I tried to be, but I wasn't successful because I had to be me. I'm nobody's perfect child, right? The mouth on me is evidence of this. This is my wild card, whatever that needs to be for you. For me, it's going to be the spiritual gifts of the women on both sides of my line. Again, my mother and my grandmother, especially my grandmother, training to be a minister, so good at understanding the word of God and so faithful. And to my dad's mom and her mother, Efthalia, to Fotini and Efthalia. Efthalia was the medicine woman on Crete. People used to travel to see her. She made potions and lotions and oils and did all kinds of magics. So to the spiritual gifts that I inherited that I'm so grateful for. And then petrified wood, which is to the ones who didn't get talked about enough because you didn't fit in, because you weren't perfect, because you broke the rules, because I honor you and I am you. And all the parts of me that are radical and poorly behaved and don't fit in, and to the parts of me, and this is important to say out loud to your ancestors, I'm not perfect. I could have easily been you, right? I could have struggled more with addiction than I did. Thank you to God, right? But I could have been you. I could have given in. I could have given up, right? I could have stayed in my marriage and withered, right? All of those things. I love you. To the ones who weren't spoken about enough, I see you, and I'm proud. I'm proud to be of you, proud to be in your line. And I will speak your name, and I will speak your truth, and I will carry your lineage forward proudly. I will leave a table, a setting at my table for you. I'm proud. Now, does anybody not have any stones? Anybody here who's live? There's over 400 of you live right now. Anybody not have anything? Because I'm going to charge my grid, and then what I'm going to do is hand this to you. And then I want you to put whatever you have up against the screen and connect it, because this is a transmitter, okay? Okay. So are you ready? So I'm going to activate this grid. I send love to the patterns that have to end. I send love to all the future generations in my line. I send love to the beautiful parts of my line that get spoken of and celebrated because they're awesome. I send love to all the spiritual gifts that all ancestors carried. I'm grateful to you, the ones I know and the ones I don't know. I send love to my little girl, my inner child, who always kind of knew she wasn't enough and struggled and suffered and got bullied and tortured as a kid, right? Like I said, love to her. And I send love to the silent places in my lineage, the ones that the family thought weren't good enough. I send love, I send love, I send love. Now I'm going to send this love to you. And whatever you hold close to the screen, could be your necklace that you're wearing, could be a bracelet, could be a ring that you're wearing. I don't care what stone it is. You're connecting to this tonight. Big love, big healing, big forgiveness, big gratitude. And I'm going to say 4 words. And I want you to say it with me because this is really important. You ready? The mantra for tonight. 555, by the way, money flows freely to me and to you from sources seen and unseen. Amen, aho, and so it is. Money flows freely to you from all sources seen and unseen. Amen, aho, and so it is. Okay, ready? Did you feel it? Okay, I'm going to play a song for you now because Spirit's telling me to play it and I listen. I'm going to Spotify and see if I can find a Spotify version of it. This is really important for you to hear tonight. I'm going to go turn it up so you can listen. Just keep breathing. We're still in ceremony space, so stay in the circle. I'll be right back.
That's it.
Okay, here we go. Can you hear it? Here we go. Just listen with me for a few minutes.
Broken hearts, broken wings, bring it home, everything. Bring the song you fear to sing, all is welcome here. And even if you broke your vow 1,000 times, come anyhow. Step into the power of now, all is welcome here.
The mantra is, all is welcome here.
All is welcome. Yeah.
All is welcome here.
All is welcome here. See the Father and the Son reunited, here they come, dancing to the sacred drum. They know they're welcome here. I see the shaman, the mighty priest. I see the beauty and the beast, singing, I have been released, and I am welcome here. I am welcome.
Sing it.
All is welcome here. Stood alone, the gateless gate, too drunk on love to hesitate. To the winds I cast my fate, and the remnants of my feet. I took a deep breath, and I leapt, and I awoke as if I'd never slept. Tears of gratitude I wept, I was welcome here. All is welcome. All is welcome here. So bring your laughter, bring your tears, your busy lives, your careers. Bring the pain you carried for years. All is welcome here. Freedom is not so far away. It's just one price we all have to pay. Live our dreams till they fade away, and let them go. Live our dreams, yeah, let them go. Live our dreams, and let it go.
dancing.
Waking up to the power of love. All is welcome here. All is welcome
Dance with you all night. That's Mitten, Miten. He is the beautiful partner of Deva Permal, if you know Deva. Amazing human. I love that song, right? The shaman and the priest. And they're all saying, all is welcome here. It's all welcome here. We can deny it, we can run from it, we can hide from it. So I want to end tonight's ceremony before I open the circle and release you to the world with the perfume from this month. It's got all kinds of things in it, but it has oak in it, this perfume. Wild oak. So I'm going to draw an infinity symbol on my wrist, mix it as we do, a little bit at my third eye to bless my thoughts, bless my actions, bless my steps. And the mantra tonight, all is welcome here. I want you to consider bringing that mantra into your life. I tried to bring it to life with you tonight. Because you can say all is welcome here, and then you can turn around and go, but not him, not her, not that. She's welcome here, but not this other part of her that I don't like. And we do the same things to ourselves, right? All is welcome here. I love myself, except I don't love my body, or I don't love my past, or I don't love how I look in the morning, or I don't love, but everything else is welcome here. That kind of bullshit is what got our planet to the place it's at now, and it doesn't work. If it's going to be all is welcome here, it's going to be all is welcome here. And when people want to talk about the old faiths and the old traditions, right? I always say, if you judge anybody and you want to call yourself a Christian to me, you can go right over there with that. Because my favorite story in the Bible is the story of Mary Magdalene. Jesus had 18 reasons not to love Mary Magdalene. 18 reasons. Oh, she's this, she's that. She was a prostitute. It's like, all is welcome here. And that has to pertain to your family. That has to pertain to you. That has to pertain to your partner. It's all or nothing. It says the full moon in Aquarius with Saturn retrograde in Aries. Oh, to that. All is welcome here. And I'm so happy you're here from Canada tonight. So yes, you can charge tonight. You know, as with caution, we enter the eclipse season now. And so we start to have kind of Willy Wonka energy again, but just slow down. And yes, there was supposed to be a petrified wood in your kit, and then the team didn't send it. And so we have a little special thing that we're doing. It's like a free code. When you shop in the future, you get something, and Circe's commenting in the feed about it, but she may not have seen it. I know. I did. I played the quartz harp earlier. I'm going to let everyone go. And then if you want, I'll play the harp for you because it's kind of beautiful. Okay. Thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the 5 elements that we brought in to support us here tonight. So thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the element of spirit. That's where we ended. So we start there. Thank you for unifying, integrating, and aligning the other 4 elements. We release you. Thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the north. Thank you for your grounding, peace, perseverance, patience, presence. All the P's in the north. We thank you. We release you. Thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the west. Thank you for water magic. Thank you for healing our emotions. Thank you for nourishing our spirits. Thank you for reminding us that all is welcome here. In our hearts, in our homes, in our spaces, everything is welcome. And by the way, your life will improve if you live that mantra, but you can't start going, but not that. Everything's welcome here except that. The minute you do that, the blessings move. Got to start to live this way, okay? Thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the south for fire, transformation, courage, passion, and stamina. We release you with gratitude. And then last but not least, thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the east for new beginnings, new cycles, new possibilities, new perspectives. No matter what we do, we don't skimp on the spiritual basics. Cheers to unconditional love. Really, Debbie? Debbie said Athena. Really, you guys? She said, Athena, I have to say this was the most powerful ceremony for me in all the ones I've attended. You've been to a lot. She said it resonated greatly and I needed this. You know, you never know, right? Because some people may be like, listen, I'm with you for most things, but like this whole accept it all and like love your family and love the lineage and stuff, like that's hard, right? And I know I'm asking you, it's a big stretch to say, all is welcome here. But the older you get, the more you realize you're not perfect either. You've made mistakes. And so if you want to be accepted in this world and in this universe, you're going to have to extend that gratitude and that attitude to other people. Okay, I'm going to play the harp after I show you this. This is full moon in Pisces next month. We are doing tea ceremony again, but it's different. So if you missed this tea ceremony, I have a different tea ceremony for you. The generator is different. The purpose is different. We're trying to understand. We're trying to work with Pisces next month to understand where we need to go for the rest of this year. What is our direction? And so Pisces is going to teach us to float in the river of dreams. So next month's meditation is not going to be like this one. It's going to be quite different. You get this beautiful Moroccan tea set, the candle, the perfume, the tea blend called River of Dreams. It comes in this cute little jar. And you get the fluoride generator. This is all at sagegoddess.com. Your code is Moon25. You get 25% off of everything, including this kit if you want it. And that's there for you. Okay. Now, if you need to leave me tonight, I love you and appreciate you. Please subscribe to the channel. We do lots of fun things here, and I will see you soon. We have lots of other things happening. This week, tomorrow, we have Living Sanctuary. If you're in my Living University class, I teach online classes. And then Thursday, dear Robin is out for a little while. She's not feeling well, and so she's going to take some leave and rest and restore. I'm going to be with you live on YouTube at 3 o'clock on Thursday with our live gym show. And Lionsgate is open, and we have our ceremony on August 8th, and then I turn 53 the next day, and then I don't know what happens after that. Okay, I'm going to play a song. What should I play for you? By the way, if you don't know about my Spotify, I used to be mostly on SoundCloud, but this is my Spotify, and I have such good playlists. They're all free. Prayer to the Stars is great. I have a playlist for your nighttime routine and a playlist for your daytime routine. This is a ceremony list. Have you heard this song? Have you heard this song called Salt Then Sour Then Sweet? This is a kind of a jazz playlist if you like Nina Simone and that kind of thing. This is my workout playlist. This is my grounding playlist. This is my daughter's good friend, Hannah. She has good taste in music. This is a playlist I made for love songs that are very important to me. Another love, and this is another one of just love songs that mean a lot to me. This is Christian house music. Don't judge it till you try it. So anyway, I have a lot of really cool playlists. Let me see if I can play something awesome for you. Come on, Spirit. What do I need to play? We're already over time. So if you need to sign off for tonight, I understand. If you're hanging around, it's because you want to hang out. And now we're on Spirit time. What do I want to play for you? I want to play something really awesome for you. Pressure's on. I'll know it when I get to it. Actually, this might be the one. You guys have a request? Let's see. This is called This Too Shall Pass. And this is on the playlist Prayer to the Stars. Yeah, this is a good one. I'm gonna go get the harp. Be right back. This too shall pass. DJ Athena. It's nice during body work, like if you're in a ceremony and somebody's laying down. Some of you have these because I made these. This is a Sage Goddess creation, and we had these for you. It has a handle on the back, so it's a little heavy, but you've got leverage. You wanted one in the worst way. What's the best way to want one? I don't know what that would look like, but anyway, I'm glad I got to play that for you. It's a fun instrument. And if I don't play them for you, these things sit here sometimes. Although I'm good about entertaining the kids. I know. Do we keep this up until the next full moon? I think so. I mean, here's the thing, like, one of my passions is how do we take ritual and extend it, create a dance remix out of it. So it's not just like, oh, I did that at the full moon, and then the next day you like treat your family like shit, or you be like, well, again, everything's welcome here except for this, right? It's kind of like people who go to church and then turn around and like treat people like shit. Bothers me, right? So I think the way we extend the magic is every day have an affirmation. Like for me, sometimes I'll put Post-it notes on my bathroom mirror, right? Or I'll write it in lipstick. All is welcome here. But I want you to do the work, right? Tonight, I want you to think about where in your life are you not accepting? Where are you holding grudges? Where are you not as generous as you need to be? I've had a lot of loss in my life the last 5 years. So I've had my own wake-up calls. But does the universe have to take people out of your life for you to wake up and go, maybe I should be kinder? Maybe I should be more compassionate? Maybe I shouldn't have all these like hard and fast, it has to be this way, it can't be that way. Right? My mom, actually, it's ironic, she used to judge me. She used to say, people will be mean to you and say horrible shit to you and treat you like crap, and you will turn around and forgive them and give them the shirt off your back. She was very judgmental about that with me. She was like, I don't understand you. And I used to say to her, like, isn't that like what your book says to do? You know what I mean? Like, turn the other cheek, like let things go. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm human, right? Like sometimes there's been shit in my life that's really hard to let go and really hard to forgive and really hard to be soft and really hard to, I'm struggling with it now, right? Like there's still one person in my life that's real hard to forgive, right? Like how do you forgive that? But they always say, and it's true, right? Like not forgiving and not releasing and not allowing and not being generous is like giving somebody else poison and expecting, or what is it? It's like you drinking poison and expecting the other person to die, right? It's like, that's not how it works. And what do you get a special prize at the end of this whole thing if you are extra shitty? Like, is there some like, you get a cape because you're a asshole hero or something? Like I don't know what benefit there is in any spiritual tradition to judgment. I know. I'm trying. I'll be human with you for a second and I'll let you go after this, but I know you got stuff to do. It's evening and you got your families and stuff. Although I could stay here and do this all night. I'll say this, right? Sometimes when I think about forgiving the unforgivable, it feels like I'm saying it was okay. You know what I mean? Like, but if I forgive that, am I saying that that was okay? And what I'm learning and what I think is that it doesn't make it okay. If I say, I forgive you for this horrible thing that you did or that you're doing or whatever, it doesn't mean that was okay, I accepted, you're great, right? It just means in my body, I don't want to hold that anymore. I don't want that. Because here's what I do know for sure. There's a very little, I'm turning 53. I've been doing this work for 30 years. There isn't a lot that I know for sure, but here's what I do know for sure. Illness and disease are the products of energy that you won't let go. And wherever it shows up, that's the place that you weren't able to release. And I just think we all have a chance to not carry that baggage around. So find out where it's sitting. And don't tell me you don't know. Are you constipated or having diarrhea? It's sitting in your digestive system. Do you have chest pain? It's sitting in your heart, right? Don't tell me you don't. I don't know where it's sitting. Yes, you do. You have headaches all the time. Like, you know exactly where this shit's sitting. So you need to touch that and just say, I forgive, I release, whatever it is. You know exactly where that shit's sitting. And that's right. Nobody has to know. It isn't, that's why people are like, well, the person's dead. What do I do? I don't care. You weren't going to tell them themselves anyway. And it's not about them. It's about you. So it doesn't matter if they're dead or they live in Kathmandu or whatever. It's like, you know what? I release that. I release you. And I do it with love, which is, again, even for me, it's like, oof. Everything's welcome here except for that. All is welcome here. Can we inhale there? Like, what if we could do that? What if we could really do that? Then I think we've reached a level of spiritual practice that is worthy of admiration. Then I think we've gotten somewhere. Good job, you guys. Good work tonight. Love you. Thank you for staying. My goodness. So many of you stayed. But I think this is the work in the world right now. Like, the world's problems are so big, we can't take those on, right? But we have enough in our own backyard to deal with. I don't need to sit here and solve global politics. I need to solve, like, local politics. I need to solve this shit in my own backyard. So, bisous. Besos. Good night, you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. Happy full moon. I will see you soon.